Okay. If the first presentation was quite funny and quite childish, this one is quite okay. This is the other way around. This is quite technical. It's hands-on, and it's and it's an experience I'm currently living. Okay, so today's buzzword, it's about digitalization. Everybody tells you that, okay, we need to digitalize, because otherwise we'll no longer survive the changing environment. And the business analyst days in St. Petersburg in spring, there was somebody came from Slovenia IIBA showing IIBA little movie in which, okay, we have to digitalize, but God, no one tells you how. Especially when you are like this, meaning a company that is in the business like for 60, maybe 100 years, who knows, and started with those computers that are big as a room, and they build good processes, they put layers and layers of functionalities and processes, and now they feel that they are a little bit constrained because the technology goes like this, like this, like this, and they will need to adapt. And how? I'm a mammoth. I cannot put myself on hold and just put sales and marketing on hold and build on the side a totally different system, IT system that it will be in line with the new technology. It will be impossible. So I need a way. So you cannot eat an elephant from one bite. You have to take it from little bits. Except if you are le petit prince and you are the boa constrictor who eats the elephant from one. Do you know? And you need to become a flock of birds that's very agile, that moves. And you have to do it in steps. You cannot do it all at once, and you still have to keep your old system going. And I'm telling you my experience, how I'm doing it. So, all the names are invented, but there is some real behind it. And all the numbers are also invented, but the story is that one. So let's say the company is called BENEF-YOU, and it's a service company, has a long history on the market. And its goal is to have rewards and benefits for employees. Type of products, gift boxes, paper gift vouchers, gift cards, digital gift cards, whatever. So when you receive end of the year some gifts from your company, they prepare it with the help of a company like BENEF-YOU. If you have those gift cards in some shops, you can buy for your friends. They are prepared with the help of such a company, with BENEF-YOU. And we are business analysts. We need to understand the context, meaning who are the participants in the story, who are the business partner of the company called BENEF-YOU. They are the clients. The company is buying the gifts to give them further. They are the users. You, as an employee or a friend of a client who received that gift, it can be a card that you can spend. Then it's a card that you can spend in more than one place, or it's a nice box with something in it, or it's a prize or a vacation or whatever. And there are suppliers, because I'm a company, I'm a facilitator, I'm somewhere in the middle. And I take different shops that are doing business with me, so those shops want to reach more customers, and they do it through me because I have a very large pool of possible clients behind me. And what is the business model? BENEF-YOU, together with the supplier, they are designing the gifts, different gifts, a whole range of gifts. And the customer, the companies, are paying money to BENEF-YOU and are receiving gifts. Bulks, and they are giving that to their user, employees, friends, and so on, and the users are spending them, using them. So the suppliers receive the gift and the card or so on, and give a service or a product for it. What BENEF-YOU managed to do, keeping in mind it's a mammoth with a very not necessarily heavy, but with an IT system with certain constraints. He managed to seamlessly transform its legacy software attract new customer segment, and put in place a segment, a method to to allow it to easily configure new digital gift solutions. So these were the achievements. How it was possible. Having the key, the entire process, was the business analyst. But don't think that was only one business analyst. There were a couple, many, at different levels in the company. Because at the strategic levels, it's the C level, you know? At the board table, beside the people that are signing and taking the decision, there should be a business analyst. It is not called, it might be called strategy manager, strategy director, product development director, whatever, but he is in fact a business analyst. He has to know the market, the competition, and help the company build the strategy. And then our business analysts at the initiative level, meaning they are the middle level managers, the line manager, the operation managers. They are all here at the initiative level. Then you have the delivery, people that are really keeping the daily flow of things in the company. So those are at the delivery level. So the people that are writing the software, the people that are building the machines, the people that are putting out of the factory door the end products. They are there, and every level is assisted by a business analyst with different skill, with different tools, with different approaches. And as I said earlier, IIBA came with a book about how the business analyst should behave with the different levels in the company. And what it says like this, at the strategic level, it needs to see what are the opportunities, what are the threats, and which of them should be satisfied and why. At the initiative level, we need to know which features should be added to the products, to the services, to the process in order to improve and add value. At the delivery, the people that are really doing the work, we need to know at what we should work next so it will bring most of the value. The person in the middle, the business analysts that are the initiative horizon are information integrators, because everything goes through them. So they would need to be able to let the delivery know why that feature is needed, what value it brings to the company. And you need to show the strategic level that feature was implemented. So they have the role of integrators and communicators. So all the flow of the communication goes through them. So let's say the hardest life might be not the hardest, the life with most of the tasks, it's at the initiative level. And they have also to have all-comprehensive understanding. Okay, keeping in mind that the company itself, it's a well connected mechanism, and in every little bit of the processes, they need to be agile, and the entire company needs to be agile, because otherwise we'll be the mammoth that will not be able to move. So we need to reach this stuff to be able to be at the flux of bird that moves, to be like this. Okay, BENEF-YOU, coming back. This was just a little bit of looking in the babok. BENEF-YOU ecosystem. There are internal forces like what we are good at, what we are weak at, and also from outside, what are the opportunity and the threats. What external factors influence us and why. And in order to go further and to forget the mammoth, each of these factors that influence us are the starting point of the analysis that is done at the strategic level. So our business analysis from the strategic level, do you see here it is more colorful than the rest. So at the strategy level, started with something very simple, with a SWOT, nothing else. What are the opportunities? What are what is inside? What is outside? let's see. And he really made his analysis and says that there are new friendly technologies on the market. This is an opportunity, but this can translate in a thread, because as there are new friendly technology, more people have access to it, and it will be much easier to other companies to enter our market, which is quite specific. So it is a good thing, but it's not a good thing in the same time. And but it will also allow us to reach clients that we have never reached before, because we used to work, our IT system used to work with very big clients. So it's an opportunity, this opportunity of the new technology. It's good and bad in the same time. Now, looking inside our own garden, we are saying the strengths. We are innovative, we really are. And we have a strong marketing position, so it's a plus for us. But we have legacy software. It's very difficult to modify, and it's not easy to, as it is in this moment, to take advantage of the new technology. So we need to change it. We need to do something about it. And as there are many clients, we interact with many shops, with many suppliers, it is a heavy, the operational flows are a little bit heavy, and we need to make them lighter. So this is the picture. The initial picture that was drawn by the business analyst at the strategic level. Let's see further. He continued the analysis, so we are still at strategic level, so we are still with the business analyst from there. And we analyzed the direction of our business partner, clients, users, and suppliers. And besides the geographical position, the size, and so on, we looked very carefully to how they their relationship with the technology of our clients, of our users, and our suppliers. We didn't use anything fancy. Benchmarking, SWOT, Boston Group, consulting group. Okay, persona, data analysis, and surveys. And what will now? This was what we learned from the market. Now what we learn from inside. Business analyst is at strategic level, and you'll say, why would he need to know about the IT? It has to know. Because please forget about the business analyst that knows only one thing. It needs to be not I-shape, but T-shape. Because he needs to know very well his one thing, but it has to know a little bit of everything in order to understand, to have the global view. So the strategic analyst, knowing the IT of the company, it's the T part of his skill. And what he learned that the IT system has a strong interface with many suppliers. There are two types of orders coming in, through emails or through a very easy, long-time design web interface. So it is a very simplified view of our IT. And the result of that is, so this is after this analysis was done. So a business analyst did all these steps, and this is the outcome. He understands that 45%. Just a number, of the customer, have more than 100 employees. Most of them are doing bulk orders, and there is no diversity in the way they are doing the orders. Ordering methods are splitting equally between mail and web interface. Not too much information about how the users are using the gift afterwards, so we do not know what happened after. The core application on the IT, its data model permits flexibility, and the data is granular. When you need to define a new product, a new interface with a new supplier, there is a lot of development to do and takes time, and it's not very agile. It just keeps you back. And this was the result of the market analysis. SME, it's small and medium enterprises. So the companies that are about 5, 20, 30 employees. So if we could reach those with our new IT system, we'll have about a 35 increase in our market share. So it's a great number. So how it was done? The result of, there were business objective, there was a strategy, And there are three business objectives defined. First one was that the business objectives, so they were time-bounded and very specific. So we said that in 2 years, the small and medium enterprise should be 45% of our customer. We need to, in 2 years, to increase by 150% the number of suppliers, so possible gifts that we are giving. And in 2 years, 60% of our products to be services. So if we have to do this with the IT system, the mammoth that we have, it would be impossible. It was said. As you see now, the strategic, it's working together with initiative. So we are, in this moment, we are starting to involve the business analysts, that is with the line managers, with the product managers, and with application owners. And we said that in order to attract SMEs, we need to have an IT system that is very close to them. So we said that we need a new portal where a new customer in 7 clicks should be able to connect and to create an order. Then to increase the number of suppliers, we need to have an plug-and-play API to permit to any new supplier to do business with us, to interface with us. And then we need to have both the user and the clients have access to the information we have about them. This is also GDPR related. So we define, we have 4 strategic objectives, and we have 3 plus 1 initiatives. So from each objective, for an objective, we have an initiative. How that objective relates to something that we are going to do, so that to be able to decommission our mammoth IT system, because this is the goal, the final goal. And we said like this, for having new customers and having access to the data for them, there will be the first initiative, the portal that will permit to new customers, new clients, in 7 clicks to become our clients and to have an order. And first of all, it will be in the phase 1, it will be dedicated to SMEs, and in the second phase, we'll migrate our existing clients. Then, for our second and third initiative about having services, most services than real products, and having more suppliers in our pool, we said that there will be APIs that will be easy to use and to be consumed by the suppliers. Then our core application should be decommissioned in 3 years, so that will respond to the fourth initiative that we had there. And the guidelines is that we do not move all the data, we just take it from the old system piece by piece as is needed, and we'll take the opportunity to clean the data. Now focusing on the first one. And how do you know what to do and when to do? So we ask, okay, if you want to do everything at once, it won't work. So talk with the business. What is most important to you? To have in the new portal the existing clients or to have new clients? And they said, okay, for us, it's important first to have the new SMEs, the new small companies to be able to place rapidly order. Then in our pool of clients, the one that are small, to be able to use the new portal instead of sending emails, and step by step to migrate them. For each level of migration, like all new SMEs, we define, we make the task, the delivery, the final delivery was around the persona, the customer journey, and the value brought by each feature. And this one helped us have the backlog with our developers, so in the delivery phase. As you see now, we are with the business analyst at the initiative and the delivery, because as features are delivered, they are checked always with the business if they really bring the value that was intended. How it works further? For one of the, like having new SMEs in the picture. What were the features that we selected? It was register a customer, create an order, manage customer, and order it in application. The application in the new portal is called Click BENEF. We have to replicate the existing data. This was a task that was defined. And add the possibility to manage the customer in Click BENEF. All this stuff were put in the backlog, and as they were delivered, they were always checked for value. If it brings value to the solution, if it's in line with the objective, if it's towards what we need, and if it's sufficient to do it like this and not do more. So minimum valuable product, and do as less work as possible. Which was our way to work? First of all, we had like 3 weeks sprints, and we were careful to have 2 design sprints ahead of the developing one. We had the user experience in our mind, and it was around the personas. Very important, we never went live with a new feature for everybody. So always choose some friendly customers and test it with it. So migrate it in steps. And in the first phase, the interface between the new portal and our core application was as light as possible. So you have a mammoth, and if you think, okay, what is your strategy, what you want to move, and take it step by step and build on top of it something agile, keeping it as long as it is needed, you can give rid of the mammoth. So don't try it at once. What you learn of this, that business analyst is the vehicle of change. What I'm saying that, because you are a mammoth, you need to be a flock of birds. You are in point A, you need to go in point B. You have many ways to go from A to B, but the business analyst is the one that needs to take you from one point to another. So that's why it's helping you to change. So that's why I'm saying it's the vehicle of change. He's the value manager because he is the one that knows at its level how much value of features bring in the picture, how much it adds to the final objective. And he's a communicator. I told you that the business analyst that is at initiative level, he has to go to move the information up and down to make sure that the business knows how much was implemented, how much value is there, and the delivery should know why they are doing their work. It is important because if you do not know why you are building that feature, you won't put effort and you don't put your, let's say, your heart in it. So business analyst needs to help, to be there with the developer, to be there with the line manager, to be there with the business. And then, is the information integrator as it's a communicator. You need to know that the business analyst roles adapt to every phase of the initiative. So first of all, we had the one that was using backlogs. It was, benchmarking and SWOT. And then at the initiative level, it was prioritization, it was value, it was map value, and so on. When we are talking about the delivery, the business analyst there talks about backlogs and retrospectives. And it adapts to the architecture of the enterprise. So it depends a lot. You do not have the same business analyst with the same set of skills and knowledge at each level. So at the C level, the one that is at C level won't be able to do the work of the developer that is, of the business analyst that is part of the Agile team. And very, 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 very important, you need to have somebody that has the role, the behavior, the knowledge, the feeling of the business analyst at every level of your enterprise. So be agile, don't be afraid of the mammoth. It can be reconstructed in a flock of birds. And now I'm waiting for the questions. If they are. I have a t-shirt, I hope. Yes.
Если кто-то хочет задать вопрос по-русски, это возможно. А ответ, правда, получить по-английски. Окей.
Good day. Thank you for your presentation. One question. How do you think, what is the main level of the BA? The strategy level or the middle
Come
level?
again, so the beginning of the question, please.
What is the main level? The
Mine?
straight? Main, yeah. Major.
Major, okay.
Major, yeah.
There are different business analysts, not the same person. They are like at every level of the company, you have to have different business analysts, different persons with different background, with different skills, with different approaches that have to solve different problems. So it's not, you need to have all of them.
Okay, but how can I understand? I need one strategy BA, two middle level BA.
No, it will depend on. Okay, at strategic level, you should have one that will be, but he can be with the team, because if you are in a big company, okay, you might have your business analyst, which is the head of the strategy design, whatever, but he has a team behind him, a team of business analysts. So here, the role of business analyst is just like a sum of everybody that is doing this type of work at that level. Because you can think about if you have only one, it depends if it's a global company that have like present in I don't know how many countries have I don't know how many products. One person won't do it. He will work with the team.
Yeah, thank you.
So at everybody you need to have teams. The difference is what they are doing and how they are doing their work. So the type of techniques they are using at each level.
Hello, thank you for your presentation. It was very interesting, and I have one question about A and T models of analyst minds, if you understand.
A and C?
A and T.
I and T.
How you make your analysts be T mind but not I mind?
If you are only I mind, you are not a good business analyst because you can. Okay, if you are, let's say, usually when you are talking about I-shaped business analyst, you are talking about mostly you find this type of business analyst at the delivery level. People that always draw the flow diagrams, the one that made the data migration and so on. And sometimes they are so busy with their things that they don't look around, so they do not know all the implication of changing a data type. So if they don't know that, they have to be trained. And if they are not trained, it's not about being necessarily trained, but you need to put them to work with people that are above them, let's say. The analysts from the other two, for designing this type of interaction, you have to work both of them. And he will see, oh, I need to know also that. I need to know also that. If he doesn't go further to learn, he's not a good analyst. Take it out, really, because when we are talking about the underlying competencies of business analysts, we are talking about learning and knowing the industry. So these are there are like 6 directions in which he needs to form it himself or herself, and learning and knowing the industry are very important. And it's said there that he has to learn as much as possible, because if you show that you have learned and you know more, you will get the trust of your stakeholders, and they will endorse your solution. So you have to learn. Other questions? Please.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Let's talk a bit about Russia specifics in big company. Let's assume your company go with project into big business, and you came in and you tell top management level in business and say, this is your strategic BA, and he will work with you. These top managers tell you, okay, you want to change our business processes, we tell you what you should do, please go away. What you will do?
A business analyst at a strategic level won't go to the process level. So what he will have to do is to understand the business, the position on the market, and to help the board define a direction. Once that direction is defined, that will be the strategy, the new vision, the new objective. And he can, still at his level, define the objectives. What I said there, in 2 years to have like 45 more percent more whatever. And in that moment, so it won't say ever, let's redo the processes. He needs to see where we are in the market, where we want to go, and let's see in which steps we can go there. After he has this, he goes to the second level, the line managers, the product manager, and so on, and with them, he works out which processes are not good enough and should be modified. So, and then the initiative, the ones in the middle saying, okay, to modify this process, we need to modify our IT system. And now it goes to the delivery team and have the backlog. Please. No, sorry.
Okay, thank you. So maybe my question is not for this conference at all, because I'm an architect, which should be in this project, of course. And do you, so in the description you say that you did this with IT architects and developers, and did you have a different level of architects as well as you have a different level of business analysts, because you speak about enterprise and so on, and how they works in this concept generally?
So architects per se, no, because the architect, it was more like from, if we are talking of business architecture is for us the customer journey. So if we take the process of the customer journey and think about the elements he interacts with, that gives us an architecture. And the architecture said it goes through the application and so on, and the application is very heavy. And then we come with the persona, and with the prototyping, and with the design team, and we say, okay, we do it like this, and we designed a new portal. And with the new portal, we went to the architecture further. So it was, let's say, in between. It's something in parallel. But the idea is, if you do not, you have to define a strategy, not an objective, and see how it goes in for the client, and then to see in behind what you do. Because what we've done, our existing system, we are keeping as it is, and just replicate the data piece by piece, only what we need, until all the data will be in the new systems, which are very flexible. We are putting a lot of APIs that are connecting both systems, and the API, making the API, let's say, public. And at one moment, in 3 years, we'll cut off the existing system. We'll just keep it as for reference. But new portal, the data will migrate easily in a new database, step by step, and have the APIs. So this is the idea. Other questions? Okay, in this case, thank you very much. I have to decide on the T-shirt. And because my point was most about understanding that the business analyst has to have different qualities at different levels, I'm coming here. Thank you. Thank you for the pictures. And thank you.